Alright guys, welcome to another video from the Cigar Guys. My name is Alex. Today I'm enjoying a Romeo y Julieta de Linea de Oro. This cigar was gifted to me by my wife, who is able to pick out the best cigars for me. She was out in France and this is one of the ones she brought back. So far, pretty good. My only issue is I just lit it like maybe not even 5 minutes ago, and it's already smoking pretty fast, but flavor is good. A little more strength than I anticipated. It's got kind of a salty flavor. Not the best Cuban cigar I've had, but as far as Cubans nowadays, it's relatively good. And part of the reason I'm smoking this today is because we're going to be talking about the future of the cigar industry, and more specifically, Cuban cigars. For the longest time, Cuban cigars have been the staple of the cigar industry, the most sought after cigars, arguably the best cigars for a long time. But the Cuban cigar market started running into issues. The biggest issue being production, not being able to keep up with the demand. This is because obviously for it to be a Cuban cigar, all the tobacco has to be grown in Cuba. The cigar is manufactured in Cuba. It's essentially a Cuban puro. That is what would qualify a cigar to be a Habanos cigar, like this one. The problem is they aren't able to keep up with the demand, and that started becoming an issue, especially here in the 2000s. And this obviously provoked people to make fake Cuban cigars, to sell them for cheaper or even the same price and scam people. But more importantly, this also has caused the cigar manufacturing in Cuba to cut corners, whether it's rushing production or using tobaccos that aren't even from Cuba. So they're trying to get away with manufacturing the same products while cutting corners. And even like a cigar like this from 2000 would probably be way better than it is now, just because you can tell that the quality's not there anymore. The land has been stripped of all the minerals that are there for the most part, and it's become a problem for the Cuban cigar industry, which provoked New World cigars and people that make the cigars here in the United States, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, wherever, to produce better and better cigars to compete with the luxury of Cuban cigars. So for us here in America, Cuban cigars are considered a luxury, mainly from the standpoint of we technically can't have them here in the United States, so we can't purchase them. Obviously, there's ways of bringing them here, but it is a luxury due to rarity, I think, now. Obviously, their cost is very high, but I don't think that the cost is worth it now, which is why there's a lot of great New World cigars you can purchase here in the States. A lot of companies are manufacturing arguably the best cigars in the world now. You have Selected Tobacco, which Nelson Alfonso, the owner, is from Cuba, moved to Spain to start his own line to make cigars that capture the essence of what used to be Cuban cigar excellence while using tobacco outside of Cuba, like the Alfonso, Atabey, even the Byron. He's using tobaccos from different regions outside of Cuba, and his aging process allows him to have these tobaccos evolve into a likeness of what some of the great Cuban cigars tasted like. So I think that the future of the Cuban cigar industry relating to, well, the future of the cigar industry relating to Cubans is that Cuban cigars are continuously losing their quality. And all these new brands are pushing really great products out there. for the consumers. We've seen New World cigars kind of overtake Cuban cigars. So now, really the question is, where do we go from here? Now that New World cigars are arguably the best, and you can, of course, debate which origin, but what is the future from here? And I think the future from here is, now that there is so much competition in this industry, so many new brands all the time, you're going to have consumers searching for a number of different things. Price point, quality. If you're searching for bargain sticks, you're obviously going to be looking for the best quality for the price. So you have the kings in their the budget category. You're also going to have people that want just the highest quality smoke possible. So you'll have cigar makers that are the best in that category. They're going to be expensive cigars, super high quality, super high flavor, smoking experience. And of course, you can have middle of the road, average price, but great quality in that price